let's do a while loop for number 5. And then we'll also do a for loop for number 5. Let me put this up there. Wake up, I know it's warm in here. We're almost there. Just, stick with me, because this is not easy. So, Okay, so everybody's looking at number 5. We're going to do a while loop for number 5. We're going to do a while loop for number 5. So don't panic. Question? The example I had on this guy? Yes. Number 5, do a while loop first. Number 5, do a while loop first. While loop first. Then we'll do the for loop. Number 5, do a while loop first. Don't panic. What's the test condition? Okay, so we're doing number 5, we're doing the test condition. Number 5, we're doing the test condition. I know this is a lot, so what's the test condition for number 5? No, we're starting with this test condition, step 2. So do that first. So right here, no hello, we're counting. Well, there will be hello, but not yet. What? Okay, good. Okay, so not less than 0, because okay, less than what? Right, 15. Okay. Well, it's up to, depends where you start. So either one is okay. It's just going to affect your start. Does that make sense? If I say less than 15, where am I going to start? And if I say less than or equal to 15, where am I going to start? 1. Yeah. Yeah. So do we all have while count? Now, why do 16? Why add another number?
For a while.
Yeah. Stick with the number the problem gives you. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather see less than or equal to 15 than less than 16. Okay? Does that make sense? Okay? All right, so we've all got the step 2, right? Okay, so what are you calling it? While, oh, you're doing the 4 already. While, that's your 4. Okay, good. So what are you doing? Well, okay, good. All right, how we doing? How we doing? Okay, good. Now use the same variable. And don't forget your while. While num is, so we need while num is less than 15, or while count, whatever you use, just stick with it. While count is less than 15, okay, good. And then whatever you use here, okay, that is, I couldn't read your writing. Okay? All right, num is less than 15, num is, okay. Now, what's the problem with this? You're almost right, but how many times is that actually going to do it? 16. Do you see the difference? We will. Let's do the while first. We're going to do that next. First, do the while, because we have to know how to do that. Sometimes we're going to do, so where's your test? Okay, good. Okay, good. Now, if you say less than or equal to 15, you're going to have to start at 1. So you might want to say less than 15. And we're not doing this, different start. Okay? So everybody should have. Okay, good. So now so what are you saying there, count? Okay, good. So then what would your initial, if you're going to go while count is less than or, now I would not advise saying less than or equal to 15. I would say less than 15. If you say less than or equal, you're going to have to start at 1. Okay, so now once you've written this, doesn't matter. You pick. I don't like hello. If you wanted to do while hello count, I'm good with that. Okay, but hello doesn't tell me anything. So, okay, so we need something here, guys. I know some of you are in different spots, but, okay, we need a while. Remember I told you always start with the test. Okay? You can call this sucker whatever you want, but make it a good name. If you want to call it hello count, or you want to call it num, or you want to call it Joe, I don't like Joe, that doesn't make any sense here. But if you want to call it hello count less than 15, that's fine. Okay? Now use this condition to tell you what you need to initialize. Don't just, so how do I initialize this guy? Don't say C out, C in. How do I initialize it? Whatever I've said, yeah, okay? This guy, once you've got your test right, then you should know what your start step is. What good is it going to do me to say C out and C in if I'm counting? Nothing. If I'm counting, the start step is going to start at some number. So typically, if I want to do less than 15, I typically start at 0. Okay? You can start at 1 and go to less than or equal to 15. I'm fine with that. Don't put the number 16 in here. Don't add it. If the problem has a 15, stick with the problem. It's just good problem-solving skills. Don't add another number to the mix. Okay? Now, what is this friggin' program supposed to do? Print hello. Now, everybody here, if I'm going to get my marker and start smacking people in the head if they don't know how to do this step here. So what do we do for the action step here? Don't overthink this. This is very simple. C out hello. That's all we need. So everybody write that. I'm coming around with my marker. Okay? So everybody should have the brackets, and then just all this program asks you to do as the action is C out hello. Okay? So you've got, well, hello count is less than 15. Hello count equals 0. Okay, not even enter hello, just hello. Don't over, you know what I mean? That's all, and your count plus plus is exactly, well, whatever count you use here, that's what you want to use here. Okay? So what are you writing? What's your action step? But what? To print hello. How do you print hello? See out hello. Yeah, so write that step, right? Right? So if you break this into steps, it's not that hard, okay? Coming around with my marker. Yes.
Well, I want you to actually smack.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to smack with. Okay, so you got the. All right, so you got what?
I did the lazy man's way as well.
Okay, I want my while loop. Give me a while loop. You got to know how to do both. Sometimes only a while loop will work. So that's why you need to have the mechanism for that too. Okay, so without violence, we are going to solve this problem. So all you need for your action step, don't overthink this. You'd be surprised when people start answering. They start doing odd and even. Do you see odd and even in this problem? No. If it says print hello, print friggin' hello, okay? All right, so C out hello. That's all you need. That's your action step. Okay, so what's your restart step? Again, look back at your test. Here, I'm mumbling. All I do is bump whatever counter you... Does that make sense? You're looking at me puzzled. Are you good? No. Why are you... Okay, if you see in hello count, they could enter some other number. I'm not asking them to see in.
I don't even need that.
Well, I need something, but not that, okay? If I started hello count at 0, and I'm going till 15, what should I do here? If I ask them to input, they could put in some wild number like 1,000. That's not going to help my situation. What do I want to do if all I'm trying to do is get to the next count?
The plus.
Yes. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You sure?
Yes.
You got it? Okay. All right. So this just becomes hello count plus plus. That's it. Now rewrite this using a for loop, which is new. We haven't done this. I'm not going to smack you with a marker if you don't get this right yet, okay? So now write this exact same loop using a for loop. Use a for loop. Do the exact same thing using a for loop. These are a little tricky if you're not used to the for loop. For loop takes a little, once you get it, it's fine, but we're not used to seeing that. So now rewrite this using a for loop. I'll give you a hint. There's 3 things. Step 1, step 2, and step 4 go up in the for loop. Step 1, step 2, and step 4 go up in the for loop. Step 3, the action step, goes inside your body. Okay? Question? Okay, so what do you think? Exactly. Yeah, you wouldn't need brackets. That's a good question. Yeah, because remember, to start at 0, is 0 less than 15, print hello. Bump it to 1, is 1, that's exactly right. That's the restart. That's the restart. That's the restart. Okay, so the for loop looks like what? What do we do first? And let me tell you a little thing you might not know. Okay, you can actually declare it here and see. Okay, you can actually do the declaration right in there. In the for loop you can. Okay, now, do I need, what goes here? What? Yeah. Okay, C out. Okay, so, do I need brackets? And this is not magic. There's a very simple rule about whether I need brackets or not. There's only one statement, no brackets necessary. If I have more than one statement, I need a compound statement just like I've needed for ifs and whiles and whatever. There's the same rules. Do you see what I'm saying? The same building blocks. So this guy will print hello 15 times. So this is the problem with the for loop. It only works for like a particular problem. I mean, how many times does somebody say do something 100 times? You know what I mean? It's good for what it does, but it's limiting.